Madam Chair. I rise in support of this amendment. We all agonized as to what we should do, but I want to correct the record. At 2:25 this afternoon, through the chair, when we start to pontificate on this floor about Islamists against Islamists, what we do is perpetuate the agony. What we do is stir up the pot when we stereotype who's with us and who's not with us. Not every Muslim is the same. Not every Christian is the same, as we found out in the Balkan Wars in '98 and '99. In fact, in that war, we assisted Kosovo because they was being totally overcome with Serbs. One was Muslim, the other was Christian. I want to correct that. I think it's not good that the Congress go on record as pitting one group against the other. I don't think it works. I don't think it's healthy, Madam Chair. Let's be clear about what this vote is about. This is not an authorization for open-ended war. This is not October 2002, which was an authorization. And no one knows that better than the chair and the ranking member, who've done a spectacular job, I believe, in keeping this a fair debate and a fair discussion, and I want to compliment both of you. I believe that ISIL is a threat to our national security, and I support the President's mission to end that threat. While America must lead, we cannot do this alone. We must see a real commitment from our coalition partners in the region, and it must provide the kind of support that is necessary if we're going to be successful. So in 2 months, in 3 months, when we get to December, and we ought to vote for a CR again, we have to vote whether we're going to continue to do down this path, we better have tangible evidence that those countries who sign sheets of paper that they're going to support us have tangible support out there for us, and not just sending cupcakes for the troops. We can do our part. We can arm all the properly vetted opposition forces in Syria that we can find, provide air support and training to those on the ground. But we won't be successful in destroying ISIL unless our partners in the region help us cut off their funding, better police their borders, provide combat troops on the ground, and end the political bickering that causes the chaos and mistrust that groups like ISIL thrive under. I'm pleased that the President has chosen to come to Congress to get our support for his plan. I believe that the provisions of this amendment will allow us to perform the oversight that is constitutionally responsible. However, as I said before, this is not a blank check. Today we are voting for a limited mission and ensuring that we properly vet those we are arming. I'm pleased that we will revisit this issue later this year in the intervening months.
An additional 30 seconds.
Thank you. If our coalition partners don't step up to the plate, I don't see how we can be successful in destroying ISIL and why we should continue. The lesson we learned from the war in Iraq is that American military might alone is not enough to defeat enemies. No matter how murderous and vicious a terrorist organization like ISIL may be, sometimes the American military intervention cannot be the silver bullet that solves all of our problems. And we say this about the greatest air and sea and land troops in the world. It's going to take a broad regional coalition acting as one, both militarily and politically. And Madam Chair, I close by simply saying this. We need support not only in the short term, but in the long term to have a government in Syria. We pray to God that they will have a government that can sustain itself.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Thank you very much. I yield back.
The gentleman from California.